The track I'd like to pass on is by Tim Smith, Swimming with the Snake. I bumped into a guy called Carvers Tarabi. So we now DJ together, we've done a radio show together, we're now in a band together. And he was at one stage in his life in Cardiacs as a guitarist. And it was a music I wasn't aware of. And initially I bumped into Carvers at a Magma gig in Paris. We were chatting and Carvers said, I'm in a band, come and see us. And so I went along to see who I thought was going to be my mate at the front. And all of a sudden I was confronted with 1,800 screaming fans that were adoring Tim Smith at the front of the stage. They were his disciples and he was just like dictating everything to them, and it was just a marvellous moment. I'd never heard any Cardiacs music at all. It's never played on the radio. It's too out there, it's too complicated, it's too weird. So after that I've sort of delved into the back catalogue, realising how clever an artist the late great Tim Smith was. I've been DJing now, sounds weird, doesn't it? Since 2016, we've been DJing as a sort of a double act, Carvers Tarabi and myself. And it was born out of doing a radio show on a local community station, Phoenix FM in Brentwood. And then somebody saying, do you want to come and play some records in a brewery in Bethnal Green? And then out of the blue, we got invited to DJ at Block Weekend, which is an electronic music festival down in Minehead. We didn't know if we were going to go down very well. We agreed to do it. And before you knew it, we got a phone call from Glastonbury. So our second DJing event ever was Glastonbury. And from then on, the phone started ringing. We tried to DJ stuff that's pretty out there, but that people can still dance to. I have a strange persona in as much as nobody would ever think that somebody who had a spitting image puppet called Interesting would have a different life that might actually be a bit of fun. And when it's mentioned that I DJ, proper DJ, when I tell people that or people discover that, it's a bit mind-blowing on a mild scale, because snooker doesn't really lend itself to that rock and roll lifestyle, even if you're Jimmy White. I feel like I'm sort of turning a bit into Benjamin Button, in as much as everything seems to be going in reverse. And I started off practicing 8 hours a day and going to bed with a glass of hot milk at about 10 o'clock, ready for the next day's practice. That was when I was young, when I should have been having a rock and roll lifestyle. And now I'm partying hard, and I'll probably end up, when Glastonbury's back on, in some puddle somewhere, in a total wreck. The people I'd like to pass on Tim Smith's Swimming with the Snake are the people that are searching for music that they don't know's out there, by recommendation from a like-minded soul.
The inheritance tracks of the snooker player and pundit Steve Davis. His choices were Sea Song by Robert Wyatt and Swimming with the Snake by Tim Smith.